So, I've seen it a bunch on YouTube and Reddit, and even on the Dream SMP itself recently. People are asking what's the egg, where'd it come from, what's it inspired by, and if we knew, could we discover more about it? But it's hard to figure out what exactly it is. Maybe it's like the monster from The Thing, except it doesn't kill people it possesses. Maybe it's inspired by Stranger Things then, but there's no monster associated with the egg. So I kept looking, and after a while I found what I believe is the answer to all of this. And believe it or not, the answer has been right under our noses this whole time, in Terraria, but to a much greater extent than you may think. In fact, after digging through the official lore, the level to which Terraria Crimson mirrors the egg from the Dream SMP is literally uncanny. First though, there's stuff people have noticed. Ampharos has called the egg the Crimson before, so we know that that's official. But not only that, both Crimsons have similar appearances and grow out of control once you enter hard mode. What I haven't seen a single person point out though, is that the Crimson from Terraria is also officially a hive mind, and furthermore, that it can consume bodies and become one with them. Yeah, like Skeppy, and that they also lose the ability to feel and become brainwashed. This is official Terraria lore, by the way, written by the devs surrounding the Red Crimson. The actual paragraph from the Terraria lore surrounding the Red Crimson reads, quote, "The Crimson is a single emergent living being connected directly to each world, sharing a hive mind, and solely focused on restoring balance at all costs. Thousands of worlds before the one in which you stand now have been absorbed by this being. Many misguided people have made the horrific mistake of raising the Crimson to the level of a deity, conducting human sacrifices on it to placate the monstrosity or seek its favor. The Crimson gladly consumes these bodies, becoming one with them and producing terrifying beings who lose the ability to feel and blindly follow the hive mind." Now, do I think Terraria is going to have a direct effect on anything here? No. However, if the SMP Crimson was inspired by Terraria Crimson, and it seems like Bad Boy Halo even might have been inspired by some of the lore here writing the script, I wouldn't be surprised if some of the other stuff from this becomes relevant down the road. And so this brings me on to the next part of the video, the similarities with the Nether. So remember how the Crimson lore mentioned multiple worlds being consumed by this? Well, where does the Crimson exist in Minecraft apart from the Nether, a separate world to the overworld? People have already noticed that the blood vines seem to have come from the Nether. I mean, they're made from blocks only found in the Crimson Forest biome, specifically blocks such as Netherwort and Crimson Nylium. This whole thing just doesn't seem to naturally be from the overworld. Remember, Terraria Crimson is apparently connected directly to each world. If we're linking it to Minecraft, it seems it's already taken over the Nether. And when it says that it wants to restore balance to the world, that's saying that it wants to essentially do the same to the overworld, turning it into the Nether maybe, just a barren land of nothing. Something else is that in my last video about the egg, I mentioned that it turns Skeppy red and theorized that ghostbur could somehow push back the blood vines by absorbing the red with his iconic blue dye. Well, more stuff has happened with the egg that kind of matches this idea with red leeching. In Bad Boy Halo's stream, they performed an experiment wherein they placed red, white and blue wool near the egg. They found that the red wool was sapped of its color, the white wool had nothing happen to it, and the blue turned red. So blue goes to red goes to white. So in other words, the egg turns everything into white eventually. Ghostbur has white or transparent dye he gives out to everyone to cure their sadness. It turns blue eventually, and he said on streams it's already blue because whenever he gives it out, it's already been used a bit. So Ghostbur is the missing link here. You could theorize that the same thing could be done to anything that's blue, and that the egg turns from blue to red to white. Turning it back to blue again would be possible with someone like Ghostbur. This might just be a coincidence, though one more thing to mention is that we've seen more than just Ghostbur revert color like this. Bad used church prime water to turn the blue wool that the egg had turned red back into blue wool. So we could see Ghostbur turn white wool back into blue wool as well, potentially. Anyway, thanks so much guys for over 180 subs and all the new people coming to my channel to support me recently. My oldest video is actually unlisted at the moment and is over 8 years old. So it's honestly awesome to see this sudden rise in viewership. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.